Alright, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to the Battle of America. We are ready to go with game number 3 here. It's Complexity up against Wheel. Wheel coming out of nowhere for most people, and already up 2 games in a series that Complexity had a 1-game advantage in. It's 2-1, if you didn't understand me there, which might have been possible since, I said that kind of weird. Anyways, I'm SB5, joined by DragonDrop Dota. You can find us on Twitter under those names. We really appreciate all the support from you guys. And we're going to go ahead and get into the next game. So, DragonDrop, your take on our early bans here.
Not really too fussed about that. I mean, Complexity banned out the Omni Knight again, so they still feel the after effects of that first game. We'll take out the Faceless Void. It's one of these heroes that that's just uncomfortable to play against sometimes. If you want to be aggressive, if you want to find these kind of engagements, sort of like the last game, Elder Titan, kind of a similar vein. So yeah, Wheel coming out of nowhere for some people, you say, but if you're actually following the scene, then you will recognize all of these names. They've been playing Dota for God knows how long, and they're very experienced, very good players, and seems like they found themselves in a team configuration that really works for them. On the other hand, Complexity, they came from Han, most of them, and they haven't really been bringing their A game today. I'm a little bit disappointed and a little bit sad about that. Because I would have expected more of a fight, but especially in the last game, it was kind of a straight up outplay from Wheel, I would say.
Yeah, they really played that out well. I felt like Complexity couldn't get Dragon Fist online enough, just because once Relic got ready to fight on his Shadow Fiend, he was ready to do anything.
Yeah, kind of like in the first game on a TA. I mean, in second game, it was like they purposefully gave the Shadow Fiend the space that he really wants, and just figured that they would be able to control him with their stuns. But Limp wasn't really able to bring out the Centaur to its fullest potential, simply because Wheel was just ready for it every single time, right? So without that kind of initiation, they weren't really able to execute the game plan. And then if the Shadow Fiend has the space that he needs and farm that he needs, then he's nearly unstoppable. But yeah, let's take a look at this game. Jakiro once again picked up, so no big surprise there. Wheel gets a Tidehunter as well, so there's the team fight once again. Complexity also has a lot of team fight here with the Earthshaker, having that long range initiation and that good amount of chain stun here, the good lockdown, and the Bad Ride as well for that single targeted initiation.
Yeah,
don't really.
I think it's a great initiation by both of them, yeah. Sorry. We see Will going ahead and baiting out the Storm, though, which is another hero we've seen Dragon Fist play quite well. And a hero they don't want to deal with. They don't want to deal with this very heavy ganking hero who's going to be able to roam about the map once he hits level 6, because they know Complexity is good at that kind of strategy.
Yeah. I mean, Bad Rider can sort of do that as well, but he's a little bit less dangerous, right? I mean, Storm Spirit is kind of the one that comes into lane, just messes you up right there. Bad Rider is the kind of hero that wants to have his Blink Dagger and then get on top of you, lasso you, and then drag you back to your teammates. So there's kind of more time to react just in terms of teleports. And there's also just a single target, right?
Yeah.
With Storm Spirit, I mean, it's also harder to run away from Storm Spirit if he has enough mana, because he can just zip right after you, and it isn't necessarily locked to one hero. So definitely understand that ban. Ember Spirit kind of in a similar vein. So
yeah, they do respect ban out the Shadow Fiend, which Wheel did not second pick this time. But being a game up in this series, I feel like they're comfortable. I just honestly would want to just go ahead and shut out the game right there if you could, and just say, hey, we've got this. You don't want to give a Complexity an opening emotionally to say, hey, we've got a leg up, we can actually do this, because it keeps them on kind of the downward spiral that they're on at the moment. Not that they can't come back from this, of course, because they definitely can, and with a Batrider up for Limp already, that's a very good pick. They've also got him dragging enemies into an Earthshaker ult and possibly even a Vino ult. The only thing is, Vino is probably a core here, and I don't particularly like the Vino core. I'm still not sold on it. It does a lot of damage, and that's good, but it doesn't do enough damage and survive in the late game. He ends up becoming food for the enemy team, in my opinion.
Yeah.
No matter how much farm. Yeah.
It's definitely tricky to pull off, especially if Wheel picks up on that and maybe get someone like a Necrophos, someone who will build a mechanism and can heal you with that as well as the Death Pulse all the time, so that you can sustain through that Venomancer ultimate. And then maybe even pick up something like a Nyx Assassin, which is a good counter to all of these 3 heroes on Side of Complexity, because, I mean, Earthshaker blinks in, you pop the Spike Carapace, Earthshaker is stunned, you turn around on him. Batrider, you can always stun him whenever he has the Firefly down, wherever he may be. Venomancer, I mean, he's throwing out poison all the time, so if you have that on you, throw out the Spike Carapace, same thing, really. So we'll see whether Wheel will play that particular card. For now, they picked the Rubik, and there's plenty of good spells for him to steal.
Yeah, already getting his hands on any of Earthshaker's stuff, the Venomancer ult, the Venomancer Plague Wards, or anything from the Venomancer. And then Batrider's Firefly is also another good option. I wouldn't really want the Molotov, or honestly, not really the Lasso either, to be honest. I know Lasso's a very good spell, but it's kind of built for Batrider's skill set.
Yeah,
and,
I mean, it's situationally good just to have an extra bit of stun that goes to BKB, so... But yeah, from Batrider, don't really want too much. I mean, the Molotov actually would be the most important one, just to have an extra ability to cancel TPs. Yeah. Same for the Earthshaker, you can only want the Fissure if you can help it. The Enchant Totem doesn't really do too much for you.
Well, the Echo Slam is good as well, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's good, but you don't have that extra damage on the stun from the Aftershock, so it's a little bit worse on Rubik. But yeah, Venomancer, of course, the Wards, the Gale, or the Poison Over. All of those are really useful.
But this isn't just a good Rubik pick for stealing spells. He also is going to be able to set up Ice Pass with his Lift, as well as reduce the damage done by whatever right-click carry complexity you're going to pick up. I'm assuming they will. I don't see any reason why they shouldn't pick up a right-click carry, and they're going to go ahead and grab the Sniper. Also, it'll give them a Null Field, which will delay the magic damage ticking down from Venom's ulti and Earthshaker's everything.
Yep. That Sniper, and I'm not sure I agree with that. I mean,
I don't agree with it now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Once again, Sniper, similar to the Drow Ranger. It's the kind of hero that wants to stay in the back of the fights and just right-click away. Spectre is the kind of hero that does not care where you are in the fights.
Well, she does. She likes it if you're in the back of the fight. That's the big thing.
Yeah, you can put it that way. But yeah, we mean the same thing. Spectre's gonna hard in most of the time anyway to join the fights, and then you can just lock down on Sniper, do a lot of damage to him, and bring him down, because, once again, Sniper, not the tankiest hero. He relies on being able to stay far away from everything that's going on. And, once again, you also have the Tide Hunter, who will build a Blink Dagger. And, yeah, if you get on top of Sniper, if he can't have that freedom, then what can you really do? Absolutely nothing. You throw out the shrapnel to slow everyone down and do a little bit of damage, yay. It's also good tower pushing ability, or relatively good, but doesn't really do too much in the later team fights. Especially not with the Null Field going.
Yeah. The Spectre's a nice counter pick, in my opinion, though, and Complexity's lineup just... I honestly want this Venomancer to be a support, but at the same time, he needs so much to be effective. I just feel like he's kind of one of those heroes that requires a lot of farm, and once he gets that farm, he does just a little bit, you know?
Not necessarily. It depends on the lineup around it, but I think with this lineup they can get away with him being a support. Not exactly a 5 support, but maybe a 4, because you do need a little bit of items. You do need the Arcane Boots. Ideally, you want to have a 4-star, something like that.
I like the Dazzle
pick, if you have
though.
that, you're pretty much set.
The Dazzle pick is really big for them, because it's not only going to give them a lot of armor to engage into the team, which they desperately need at this point with their current lineup. I mean, Sniper and Veno will have okay armor, but not great. And Batrider and Earthshaker are practically going to have none in the late stages of the game. Dazzle will augment that, and he'll amplify the physical damage coming out from Sniper, even against Tidehunter and Rubik. And Tidehunter isn't going to be able to get up close to Sniper with Anchor Smash very easily to kind of turn off his right-click damage. We're still looking for a mid from Wheel, though. So probably a Relic hero. Shadow Fiend's banned out. Death Prophet's off the table, and I can't blame them for getting rid of that. Anything come to mind for you, DragonDrop?
I'm thinking about something else for complexity. Will we see a crit shaker here? I mean, Venomancer can still be support, Dazzle is most definitely going to be support. Batrider can be an offlane jungle, Snipe in the safe lane, and that would leave Earthshaker actually in the mid lane. Up against Zeus can be a little bit tricky though. So.
But Earthshaker is a little bit tanky at least. It will be Moon on the Earth, so I don't think we're going to see it today. Looks like Dragon Fist will actually be middle and Sniper against Zeus. Not the worst matchup for Sniper, I guess.
Yeah, it should be a wash. I mean, Relic on a Zeus can always just stand back and use the Arc Lightning to just get CS if not harass. And Sniper should still get hit by that if he gets too close. And early on he doesn't have the biggest range. He needs a couple of levels into his tech aim for him to really be out of range of that. But yeah, it should be a wash. Both of these heroes shouldn't really miss out on too much farm or harass each other out too much.
Yeah. So, I'll go ahead and introduce the lineups. I'll go ahead and introduce Wheel once again. We've got Sleazel up top on the Spectre. Mid lane, we'll have a Relic on the Zeus. Off lane, we'll have I'm a Sheep, who sucks, on the Tidehunter. He's actually played very well this game, though. These games, in my opinion. Even on the Beastmaster, yeah. Yeah, I think that's just a like, oh, I'm so bad, guys. Just kidding.
It's psychological warfare.
It's
hey
the
guys,
straw man.
Don't mind me.
Yeah, and then it's like, well, he's actually, he doesn't. Whoa. Yeah, but we've got Fan of Soyan on the Rubik, and Derp will be on the Jakiro.
On the other side of the river, we've got Moon Meander on the Earthshaker looking for an offlane fissure block here. Limp is gonna welcome that as he's playing the Batrider instead offlane. Gonna look to get some levels and then probably rotate into the jungle as many Batriders do. Dragon Fist, as we mentioned, on that mid sniper, looking to match up against the Zeus. Z-Freak gonna be taking the Dazzle, and he'll be supporting Swindle on the core Venomancer here in the safe lane.
Yep, and of course, this could be the final game of the day, guys. So, I'm Asper Evolution 5, and I'm joined by DragonDrop Dota. Don't forget about Rupture as well. And it's been a pleasure bringing you guys this tournament, so we appreciate seeing you more in the future. If this is our last time speaking with you, we're trying to get a winner's interview as well. Meanwhile, though, on the mid lane, lots of action already coming out. Derp taking a lot of harass, and just a big fissure hit from Moon Meander, who has rotated in here. That does eat up the vast majority of his mana. And I am a little concerned for Dragon Fist in this lane. He's gone for Wraithband 2 Branches, which is kind of the Shadow Fiend build with 2 Tangos pulled up. The only problem is, you're against Zeus. You're gonna need regen.
Yeah.
Okay, now that he knows he's against Zeus, he's getting the wand, yeah. Or the stick.
Yeah. That should keep him afloat, I would say.
Yeah.
If he really needs to, you can buy another set of Tangos. But by that point, I mean, by that point, you should have plenty of levels on to take aim to really play around the Zeus a little bit more. So, should be alright.
Yep.
But yeah, as you said, that can be the last game of the night. Which actually, once again, makes me a little bit sad, but...
Yeah.
Definitely, Wheel's not going to be sad as they're up 2-1, only one game away from getting that juicy prize money, which is actually $3,500. Nothing to snuff at.
Not to mention the prestige of beating Complexity. I mean, that's...
Oh, yeah.
It's quite a big deal. Complexity is one of the strongest teams, even, I'd say, in the world at the moment. I think they're ranked about 20th on Gosu Gamers, which, I mean, you'd think, well, there are 20 teams ahead of them. That's pretty good, especially for American Dota. And Wheel, I mean, they're really making a name for themselves by taking out this team. I want to say it's Synergy League that Complexity have competed in, and we're looking toward the finals, possibly? I can't remember.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyways, they've won some big tournaments for kind of the Tier 2 scene. And they're breaking into the Tier 1 scene. I mean, they were almost at the summit, where Not Today are today, yep. So...
Oh, yeah. Not Today get their asses handed to them the way EG.
Yeah.
A bit sad.
But I mean, to be fair, it's EG. Like I told on Twitter, I said, like, you can't say, oh, Peruvian's so bad, because, like, if you played against EG, you would lose.
They played extremely well.
Yeah. For
I mean,
losing to
has
EG like that
stuff.
is... It's really good. And I mean, beating a former TI champion, or 2 former TI champions with Lotus standing in on Team Tinker, is quite impressive. And last I looked, Team Tinker was up a game against Vici at the moment, so just thought I'd throw that in there. Anyways, we got a very important tournament, though, in the Battle of America, and we really appreciate you guys taking some time out of your Summit experience to join us for the Battle of America.
Yep. Really excited to see how Tinker will perform, because I'm a little bit of a fan of them as well.
Yeah.
Even without Quaker, but yeah. Enough of that. As you said, we have more important things to discuss here, I would say.
Yep.
Swindle's getting good farm here, Sniper's getting good farm, but so is the Spectre. So we're gonna be happy with that, I would assume. And would you agree? Do they agree with this kind of a passive early stage?
You definitely want to be a bit passive when you have a Spectre. Also, another thing we didn't really consider is Spectre plus Zeus is a lot of damage, and a lot of global damage as well. Just being able to pop off a Zeus ult and then press R with Spectre and kill a few heroes, or at least kill off supports and weaken cores quite a bit, it's a really big deal. That can create space all on its own, simply because you're going to send those cores running back to the well if they don't have a way to regen on the fly, kind of, like lifesteal or another thing. So
depending on how the game goes, Swindle, I mean, he's playing core, but Venomoth is naturally very, very squishy to that kind of stuff. He might just straight up die if Spectre has a little bit of farm, like face boots, and he's working on that right now, have it in 150 gold.
Yeah, it looks like he's actually going for this similar build he was going for last game. Going straight for the phase boots, going to pick up an Aquila and an Urn in a bit, and then just going to roam about a bit, pick up some kills, get some farm, get his Radiance. And from then on, it's smooth sailing. If you've got your Radiance as Spectre, unless you're down a Rax or something, which then you're in big trouble, you can pretty much breathe. Because the game slows down at that point, and you're going to get farmed unless you feed the enemy over and over. Which I would hope Wheel won't do. They haven't shown that kind of stuff tonight.
Yeah. I think with the kind of momentum that they got from the first 2 games that they played, they're really feeling good right now. I don't think they're in a mindset that would allow them to
really go on tilt.
To make mistakes, to go on tilt, yeah. Because as I mentioned earlier, those are very experienced players. They know how to deal with these kind of games. They've been playing the finals on their own. Sheepstocks takes a lot of damage, but he just teleport out because there's absolutely no stun on these 2 heroes.
Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Sniper has finished up his treads at 5 minutes, sitting pretty far ahead of the Zeus, but he also had to pick up more tangos because he knows he's under fire in this lane. And I mean, you can pick up Sniper Bottle, and as great as it is, I don't really think it's going to be that amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it can help you if you're spamming shrapnel all the time on your tower.
But he's going for a nice balanced build.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a point or 2 in shrapnel just to control his lane, but he's focusing on a headshot and take aim as well. Which, those are 2 very powerful passive abilities, especially against Spectre. Headshot now is really big.
Yeah, I do think that he's just gonna keep keep the 2 points into headshot for now.
Yep.
I mean, that's the kind of build that I go for on a Sniper. Just get 2 points into headshot, then either max out shrapnel or take aim first, depending on the game. Because, I mean, headshot is a really weird skill in terms of its scaling. It starts with 15, then goes up to 40, which is a significant jump, in my opinion.
Yeah. It starts with the 15, then it goes up by 25. So if you're just putting 1 point into it, it's not really worth the skill point. But once you put 2 or 3, it's pretty worth it. And, I mean, with a 40% chance, you don't have to max it early. Simply because, I mean, you have a 40% chance to hit. What else is there to say, really? There is an ulti out from the Zeus. Moomeander in a lot of trouble here. They'll pop off a Spectre ulti, despite the lasso coming out here. They do manage to bring down Moomeander as well. Limp getting a double kill off of this, but Spectre secured the first blood, and that's definitely going to be good. But, whoa, Limp with that double kill actually manages to get enough gold for his Blink Dagger.
Wow, that's a big deal. I mean, normally you say, okay, first blood, kind of still makes it okay for Wheel, but giving up a Blink Dagger?
Well, he had a lot of that gold before he came into the lane. And
yeah, but still.
for
ideally, you want to kill him before you can get that last 100 gold or so.
Yeah.
But just
and this can be the problem with playing a passive game against Batrider. He can get that gold up very quickly, and you have nothing to stop him with. They do manage to deny the bot tower, but Fan of Soyan already getting hit with the Gale from Vino, and yeah, everything else as well. Dazzle will take him down, and Sheep, I hate to break it to you, buddy, but you've been kind of corralled. Literally a sheep at the moment, yeah.
Trying to eat his way through the trees, but that's not gonna happen there.
Yeah.
Relic's coming in to try and salvage the situation. Maybe they will find Swindle here. He's out of mana.
But he's
a couple
safe.
of wards to protect him. Yeah.
Yeah, this
No way out.
He's stuck here for 30 seconds, but he does have his mana boost. Actually, he's just gonna chill here. He can secure his CS with the wards, and you know he's fine. Batrider actually manages to clean up Jakiro up on the top lane. They're jumping on Sleazel. They'll actually bring him down. Sheep respawning now, and he's just gonna TP up top and say, "Hey, I can help do something." That's much better than I could last game, because last game, first 10 minutes, he was kind of just, okay, I'll get my levels, I guess, but I'm going to die a lot.
Swindle. They just can't get over this. He's just blocking himself in until he has enough mana for outputs go.
Yeah,
So,
but I mean,
yeah, it works. And
he's not missing out on CS because of it. That's the big thing. Whereas if his enemies were blocked in there with his wards, who cares, you know?
Yep. Yeah.
Meanwhile, the Relic does have his Soul Ring up. It's 5-2 for complexity. Something we haven't been able to say for them this series is that they've managed to come out ahead on a lot of the fights.
Yeah.
A lot of them have really just not favored them. It's been a bit stompy here this afternoon. But this game, it looks hopeful. The only problem is late game, they don't stand a chance. I'm going to go ahead and say that they're probably doomed unless they literally crush Spectre. Instead, they'll look at Relic right now. Throwing off the Sniper ulti. Spectre ult does come in. Relic takes a lot of damage, will eventually go down to Vino. Sleazel, he's dropping fast. He will earn up, but it might not be enough. Batrider looking for another right click. Shrapnel will come out to help secure the kill, and that's a second kill for the team of Complexity. They already take down, they lost the Earthshaker, but they do manage to get a third now as Sniper finds the Tide Hunter on the back end. And Derp gonna get eaten alive here.
Okay. But we're just saying that we shouldn't go on tilt here, but that was kind of a... Oh!
Oh!
That was kind of a... trying too hard, right? I mean, they lost Zeus, so we're gonna lose Zeus. I mean, it's Zeus and gets lassoed on top of the entire team. There's absolutely no way to save him. They tried anyways, Lil came in with very low health somehow. Then he died, trying to get out, not really doing a whole lot. And then, after he died, I'm a Sheep Sucks came in. I mean, they do get Earthshaker now, but whatever.
That's big for Spectre, honestly. Getting any early kills without your ult on Spectre is a big deal, but as you said, they just kind of went in one by one. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm a Sheep Sucks then comes in with the Ravage. Was a good Ravage, but was not enough. And then Jakiro comes in, trying to bring down Venomoths, and actually brought him down to like 10 health points with Liquid Fire.
And this is a Jakiro without boots, mind you.
Yeah.
He's sitting on a Magic Wand and Tangos 10 or 11 minutes in now, and he just bought more wards. This is the point where if you look at your other support and you say, you don't have boots and I have mana boots, stop buying wards. I will buy wards, you will get boots. Because otherwise they're just a punching bag for the enemy.
Then again, Jakiro might be saying, hey, I'm flying, why do I need boots? But
what use have I for those?
That's sadly not how Dota works.
I don't even really have... Oh yes, he does have feet. I lied. Meanwhile, Batrider taking down Zeus. Apparently it smells good. Thank you for sharing that, Batrider, but... Sadly, Valve hasn't introduced that sensory application into the game yet. Although, if they...
A couple of years ago, there's been talk about, like, TV smelling things. Where you have TV that can give you sense. Oh, Dragonfist might die a little bit too far forward. Steal pops the ultimate. Try to focus on Moonbeam first. There comes the Zeus ultimate out. Dragonfist not really way out of here.
He will throw the Shrapnel though, which is a powerful spell, and actually he's gotten himself a bottle up here. He'll be able to run away from this at least for a little while. The dagger coming through there will secure the kill.
That's kind of the one saving grace that Wheel has. I mean, even though Sleazel died a couple of times, he also got a couple of kills in these kind of chasing actions that they're doing right now.
Yeah.
He's getting closer and closer to his Radiance. If he can get that up, then he can start farming nicely
and turn the game around.
Turn the game around. Yeah.
The other thing is Radiance just gives your illusions a lot of extra presence. Since they do get the full burn damage from Radiance, they don't get any right-click damage from it, but hey, when you're doing 65 damage per second anyway, and then 65 more with Desolate, I'd say that's totally fine. Who cares if, oh no, they miss out on the 80 or so damage that you actually get from the... No, nobody is concerned. I promise.
Yeah, that's not why you build a Radiance, right?
Yeah.
You build a Radiance to, first and foremost to farm, and secondary to just annoy the hell out of support that are really squishy, right?
And Z-Freak, he actually has no points in Grave here, which I can understand considering the damage over time and the fact that there's a Zeus on Complexity's side, but... Or Wheel's side, excuse me. It seems a little... Wait, what? You know?
Yeah, sometimes it can be the difference maker, but... God damn it. Am I down? I'm back. Okay.
No,
Just
you're back.
a little bit of a network hiccup here. As Zeus dies again, man.
Yeah, Limp managed to get a lasso on him, a sniper ult, and I mean, it's a lot of burst damage. He'll be going for the Maelstrom right now. I'm assuming... Okay, a glove is on the courier. I am not feeling as confident about this for Dragon Fist, but I mean, if he can go ahead and buy out part of it, I guess it's okay. I'd like to see some more... It's my item and I want it now progression, you know? I'm glad he's not going Mask of Madness, though, here. I honestly don't think it's as good of an item on Sniper, even though he scales great with attack speed. I don't think it's as good of an item since the...
It kind of makes you even more squishy, right?
Yeah, since the headshot change.
Yeah.
Oh, but they're going to go in here. Sleazel,
yeah.
not wasting any time, going to go right in on Dragon Fist, who will be going down. He's got 1,100 in the bank, and 300 of that will be vanishing into thin air. You got a hole in your pocket there, buddy? And actually, Sleazel, he's got 150 to go on that Radiance. He just had the courier bring him one tango. Oh, but Limp coming in here. This is a big pickoff if they can get it. They'll get the lasso on Sleazel. Are they going to be able to bring him down, though? The Echo Slam comes out. They know how big of a kill this could be. They'll take him down, and that's... He was, I want to say, 50 gold from his Radiance right there before he went down. And almost 500 of that is poof,
He's
gone.
He's still a relic, right? And that's the biggest part of the Radiance, because it's just so much gold that you have to put onto the table at once. Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite late now.
If Relic was any less gold, it would be... Games would get really ridiculous. You'd have everybody trying to build Radiance.
Maybe not, because the burn damage doesn't stack, but yeah.
Well, in pubs you would at least.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna build a Radiance. You're Crystal Maiden. Yeah, I know. I need one.
Yeah, some people are like that. I mean, I had a pub the other day where we had a Brewmaster who somehow went first item Vlads instead of Blink. That was the first weird thing that was happening. And then the Riki on our team, who was like condescending and like he knows the game much better.
Oh, of course.
Why are you so stupid? And that kind of player, right?
Yeah.
What does he do? He builds Vlads himself. Like 20 minutes
obviously.
later.
So much better. And actually, Fan of Sorion gets half his HP eaten off by the Sniper ult. And keep in mind, he has a point in Null Field, so he's got a little extra magic resistance at this point, but that Sniper ult, 505 damage is a lot, especially on such a low cooldown. I mean, I know Sniper's not the most mana open hero, but like...
He does have a bottle now, so that's kind of mitigated, so if not, just completely countered, if you can call it that.
In before
He has plenty of mana.
I don't think we'd actually see it. But, yeah.
No.
First of all, because Sniper wants to stand back farther than that. Second of all, because I think by the time he charged up his ult, the E-Blade would practically be over. So, but they will get a kill on the Rubik with the Batrider. Relic does pop his ults off there. Does a bit of damage, but they're waiting on Spectre's Radiance. They need to buy some time. She's now 150 gold. If they gank her right now, I would just call GG and say, let's go again. This is... Oh, no! Oh, no. That's just...
Sad. It's really sad. Those are delusions as well, right?
Yeah, at this point I would say, okay, Moon, here's your job. You're gonna go stand in their secret shop and just wait for Spectre.
They're closing in on him anyway now. So you have to be very careful.
They don't know it though, I don't think. I mean, they're looking for him, sure. And Spectre's gonna run now. He'll actually
they know he's gonna be in the jungle, right?
Well, they think so, but he'll actually go straight for the enemy secret shop. And he's going to be able to buy his Relic over here. Yep. This is big for him. This is very intelligent. It's so smart, as you would say.
Very smart, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but
he must have realized, right?
It's beyond Very smart. It's so smart.
Okay, not quite sure that's a scientific distinction right there, but I'll go with it.
It is. No Tail said so. No.
Okay, smoke up here on the wheel. They're looking for initiation. No blink on Tidehunter. Only level 1 Ravage, but then again, it's only 80 minutes in. They will find Swindle and Siegfried here. Sleazel comes in. There's gonna be the Ravage, and goodbye. A little bit of a pick-me-up here.
I mean, Fan of Sorian with the double kill. Picking up the Shadow Wave is really big for him, first of all, but Sleazel, I mean, at this point, he's got the Relic. I don't think they're worried about Sleazel not getting his Radiance. If he gets it right now, he has to walk all the way back to base, and this is going to sound a little stupid, okay? Just brace yourselves, but I actually would rather him not walk all the way back to base. I'd rather have him sit and lane and farm at the moment. If I'm on his team saying, look, this is our game plan.
Well, he's by the time he farms enough gold for the recipe, the career will be back up.
Exactly,
so
yeah.
It's a moot point that you're doing.
No, but I'm saying that it's fine that Fan of Sorian stole the kill in that case, because otherwise he'd be like, okay, I'm going to walk all the way back to base and miss out on farm time. Which, yeah, it's a minute of farm, but that's big. Yeah.
He might be the target again. No. Blown up here. Fan of Sorian eats a bullet to the face.
Headshot. No.
Yeah, it's a bullet.
Assassinate. That's what it's called.
It's still a bullet projectile.
Eats an assassination? That's one of the few...
What is used to assassinate with? Just like pure willpower?
Yes. It's XCOM...
Not gonna go into this.
XCOM Enemy Unknown crossover. Sniper now uses pure willpower to kill enemies. The Scilabs have been created, DragonDrop, don't you know?
Okay, this will be me done for the day.
Okay, I'm done here. Revo, you're on your own now. Okay.
Right, one thing I wanted to point out was Limp, actually. I mean, it seems like all the initiations that he's missed last game on the Centaur, he's just catching up now. Every single time he's got a Blink Lasso, it lets the kill. That's just like bad what happened there.
And he's going BKB now.
Zeus, yeah. BKB, they'll even further that potential. I mean, he already has the 4-star, he already has the boost of travel. So he pretty much has everything he wants at this point. That's a big part of why Complexity has been able to fight so well, because whenever that Flaming Lasso was up, they were able to find a nice kill with it.
And meanwhile, on the Roche Pit, Wardfest 2014 is going on. Dragon Fist, excuse me. Picking up the Aegis off that. That's really big for him since he did just pick up the Maelstrom and also has gotten his Ogre Club up. I'm assuming BKB is next for him. I did just think of something, though. What if Ags made your Sniper ult global?
Just no. There we go, engagement. Nice Ravage here. Swindle's gonna be blown up instantly. So's Dragonfist. Aegis will get him right back, but he's surrounded by Wheel's heroes, so he's gonna die once again. Maybe not, with a nice force-off here from Limp bailing him out for the time being.
But Limp can't get away because of the Liquid Fire, and eventually the Radiance Burn from Spectre could become a factor. They will get the Shrapnel out to kind of ward them off from chasing Limp down there, but... Anyways, there's an Echo Slam from Moon, out on 3, a big ult from Sniper. Limp wicked sick now with a double kill of use to the Flame Guard. It looks like he might actually be going down, but Sleazel gonna try to chase him down right now. He'll manage to burn him down with that Radiance. The wicked 6 streak going the way of Sleazel right now, and it's 16-14, and just like that, Complexity took a big fight, 3v5, basically, and managed to pull one out.
That was the dreamland for Moon Meander here, next on the list after Limp.
Yeah,
to get his turn on the spotlight, you could say.
I've not been as impressed with Moon's support play as I was with his carry play earlier in the tournament, but I mean, I know he did play support in Han, and he's known for it there. These kind of plays are the things I'm expecting from him, and I think as he gets a little more comfortable back in that support role, we'll see that. So that Echo Slam was incredible.
The only saving grace for Wheel right now is the Spectre. I mean, Sleazel is sitting on top of the net worth chart, still about 400 or 500 apart from the Batrider, who can do a lot with his farm, but he's gonna cap off with the BKB, you could say. I mean, can get a refresher, these kind of shenanigans, but for the most part, when he gets his BKB, he's at his top of his... it's kind of the best upgrade that you can have. All the other upgrades are good, but not as good as where he is right now, if that makes sense.
Yep.
But Sleazel has, of course, more room to grow, and the Radiance will allow him to keep ahead. So if Complexity can't deal with him, then Wheel still has a shot, especially on the back of the teamfight lockdown that they have with the Ravage. I mean, Titan does have a blink now, looking for a 4-star maybe with the Ring of Regen in his inventory. But in late game, if he gets that double Ravage with a Refresher Orb, that's even more time for Spectre to do what he pleases, and of course Jakiro can provide his buff to that as well.
Yeah, they're trying to
kind of on a timer.
Yeah, Complexity are definitely on a timer. It's not as strict of a timer as like a Naga Siren where you can literally see the progress being made in the lane, but every team fight you kind of get an update on where you're at in relation to the enemy team, and they did really well that last team fight, but I don't think it was a matter of farm. I think it was just a matter of Moomeander landing the 3-man Echo Slam, and he's actually sitting on even farm with the Tide Hunter, or at more farm than the Tide Hunter by 1,000 gold actually. And that's mostly being banked toward the 4-staff, so Tide not having the best game here.
Fedasonion actually stole himself the shrapnel. He did time out now, but he did throw out one last time on the tower. So that and Liquid Fire actually pretty nice spells to quickly whittle away at the tower. Gotta trade it though for a top tier 2. So that's the kind of thing that you have to do if you're behind like that.
However, there is a Gym and a BKB, 2 BKBs it looks like, coming up for Limp and Sniper. There's Limps right now. And he'll grab the Gym as well here, which is going to make it a little harder for Wheel to keep their own map control up. They're very good at taking down complexities already with the Zeus, but the Gym will make it a pain for them to find Sniper on the map. And with a hero like Spectre and a hero like Zeus, you want to have vision of these enemy heroes so that you can find a place to initiate with.
Yep. Complexity wants to fight right now, I would say. I mean, they kind of have to.
Yeah. And they need to be able to push, and without a good team fight, they can't really push off that. They've done a great job with it so far. Sniper maxing Shrapnel in the early game definitely helped out with that. But
they run fresh out of towers that they can take easily just by walking up and spamming Shrapnel, because once you get to the close to the base, you kind of naturally have to group up a little bit more. And at the very least, it's gonna mean more space for the Spectre and
more room for Tide to initiate.
Yeah, room for Tide to initiate, and if you stick around too long, you kind of have to, because there's a really good amount of wave clear here on the side of Wheel between the Zeus and the Rubik. It's all they really need to just bend down the wave quickly, not even mentioning the Jakiro. So any sort of slow siege from Complexity that you can maybe do with the help of the Shrapnel and the threat of the Batrider is kind of a tricky proposition, just because the Spectre will be on the other side of the map farming away, counter-pushing as well.
Yeah, I would like to correct this. Somebody has just told me in chat, Moon was not known for his support play in Han. I'm completely wrong on that. I don't remember where I heard it, but it must have been a not true source, so I apologize for that. Oh, he played support at the end of his Han days. Okay. He was not really well known for it, but apparently he did play some. Anyways, I just like to make a correction there before, like, I see the VOD comments like, oh my god, the Noobcaster thinks Moon Meander played support in Han.
Well, I think everyone just kind of accepted that you are wrong, and
yeah, most of the time, yeah.
Just kidding.
No, it's fine, dude. Without Dragon Drop or Rupture here, I do tend to cast pretty badly.
Oh, Limp. Can't get caught out here. Even a Ravage committed to bring him down. They will do so.
But that gets in the Gym.
At the same time, yeah. Gets him the Gem and gets some Moonman on the other side. Sleazel haunting in there. So...
yeah, and Sleazel very close to a Manta. I believe he actually has it. If that's what's on the curve.
The problem is he doesn't have a TP scroll and he can't haunt back up.
No, he's got one now. He got it with his Manta.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Never mind then.
No problem.
So they can defend the they can defend the top lane here as well. It's actually a teleport scroll sitting right there for some reason. Dorp is gonna take that. Yeah, it's Fenasorions, so he just left it there for some reason.
It was right here?
It was here on the high ground.
Oh. That's rather interesting, okay. A little odd, but hey, whatever. He's got himself a spare anyway. And he's going to be working on an Ag Scepter, which I think is very good to build against Dazzle and Earthshaker and Veno. Especially since their ults are very improved by the Ags. And actually, he's going to hop on his staff. He'll manage to lift the Veno, who is going to get an ulti off here. Rubik already stealing a spell, that means he won't be able to get a hold of that ulti. Nice grave out on the Veno here, and it actually will mean Swindle may easily be able to live through the fight. In fact, he'll TP out right now. They already take down the Rubik. They're looking for Relic, and they'll manage to lasso him up. Nice Ice Path out from Derp. However, it won't grab Limp. They'll be reclaiming their gem right now at Dragon Fist, getting both of those kills. I mean, some of the squishier heroes, sure, but this is going to give them a bit of confidence moving into this. And now an ulti coming out on Derp. It'll secure the kill right now. That's a triple kill for Dragon Fist. None of these heroes have buyback. And this is the kind of openings that Complexity are looking for. Meanwhile, Sleazel, he's trying to push mid, but he doesn't do quite enough damage here. He'll pop the Manta just to get a little bit of extra. But Swindle, he'll be able to throw out the Gale and do a bit of damage back at him. It won't push him off the tower, but they will force out the Glyph from both sides, actually. And Sleazel not really having a lot of time to get back. In fact, he might just go after Swindle here, and that looks like what he wants to do. He's a bit faster than him, and he does have an ult if he absolutely needs to, but he'll bring him down anyways. But the Barracks under attack. They will throw out the ulti right now. No Ravage available from the Tide for 20 more seconds, but he's going to go in. He has to get in there and tank up a bit. Moonmeander on the run now. They do manage to protect the racks for a moment. Sleazel on 500 HP. He's going to try to earn up right now. Not getting ulted by the sniper due to lack of vision. And actually a Molotov stolen by Rubik here. They managed to hold the melee Barracks on very low HP. They'll take down the Siege Creep though just in time. Zeus ult faked. Not going to be used. Not worth it at this point. You want to save that for maybe the next Spectre ulti even, or the next big team fight that Ty can be a part of. But, yeah.
Even with the gun at their head, figuratively here, and kind of literally with the sniper there, just throwing out assassinates all the time, we'll manage to keep a very calm head. I mean, Sleazel was playing very well. I mean, realizing that you can just kill the Venom also, right? It's easy to do for a Spectre on solo Venom. And then haunting back in at just the right time. Titan was going in as well. I mean, Sheepstacks did not have the Ravage, but he was... The entire commitment there was just to keep them away from the racks, keep the melee racks from falling, because that's what they were focusing on. Yeah. And that's what's going to regenerate, right?
Yeah, they take a tier 1 for a tier 2, but they take out some heroes too, which makes it a good trade, especially with Sleazel getting the kill on the Veno. There wasn't a second kill, right? I want to say there wasn't anyway.
Not 100% sure. Yeah, no. I'm a Sheepstacks Tide, but no one else.
Yeah, there was the kill on the Tide, but he was there simply to make space for Spectre. I mean, he was faking Ravage basically, and I mean, Complexity, they know there's not a Ravage up because you know they can count, but at the same time, it's like, okay, does he somehow have it? Did we count wrong? Why is he being this aggressive without a Ravage? And he just bought time for Spectre to make it back to the base, so space created, in other words. But there is a Manta up on Sniper now. This will give him a little more push power. Not quite as much as Spectre does with the Manta, though. And she actually has a Reaver as well. Whoa.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's still sitting at 17,500 net worth, so 2,000, give or take, above the Sniper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just goes to show, if the longer wheel can delay this game, the more Spectre is going to be a problem for Complexity to deal with.
The problem for Spectre, though, is she's kind of... It's been 4 protect 1, pretty much. I mean,
yeah.
Tidehunter and Zeus are cores, yes, but they aren't really damage cores. They're control cores. Zeus dishes out a lot of damage, sure. But it's more just... Okay, I'm here to nuke down, and that's all I can do. I don't scale into the late game. And you can see it in the net worth. Like, you've got Spectre, 4 heroes from Complexity, and then everybody else.
Yeah.
And
it's one redeeming factor that...
Yeah. They're in trouble. That's the big thing here. Spectre can't buy out the heart because she has to have buyback at the moment.
Absolutely. That's the one redeeming factor for Complexity, that they have that net worth that they have, and they have a sizable lead here, more than 10,000 in fact. They have it spread out across 4 of their heroes. On the other hand, Wheel's other cores, or other heroes in general, don't really need all that much farm to do what they need to do, which is allow the Spectre to do her thing, right?
I'd like to see more farm on the Zeus, but yeah, you're completely right about that. And Spectre actually will buy out with the heart. Not sure I agree with this decision, but seeing as she's only died 3 times, I mean,
The way Sleaze is playing, he's playing very defensively, so he's just trusting on being able to farm up the buyback before he gets gone on.
yeah. And coming from my own Spectre play, I tend to kind of like, okay, we've got an ult, let's use it, let's go in deep, let's get some kills. And at this point, he knows he's got the heart, he's going to be fine if he just sits back, picks off what he can, but doesn't overextend. And I think that's one of the important things about Sleazel that we're overlooking here. And here's the ult coming in now. Ravage comes out on a few. Moomeander, he does lose his fissure here. 2 drop, but Sleazel on a mega kill streak as he takes out at least the Dazzle. Whoa, sorry for the lag spike there. And where is he now? He's still alive. He gets a double kill on the Venomancer. Here he is. Sorry about that. I was having trouble tracking him down. He was jumping all over the place that fight.
Yeah, it's kind of what a Spectre does. So.
Yeah. And yes, I know, I could have clicked at the top on Spectre. In the chaos of a team fight, you don't think about these things, okay, guys? Anyways.
Well, I did. I should have been the cameraman.
I honestly wish there was a way for, like, me to still run the stream and have you run the camera. But there was something Malt was talking about the other night on the summit that sounded really good. It's like a pseudo-directed camera that, like, during a fight, it will follow what's important in the fight, but you can still control it.
What?
It's something you have to enable through console options, I think, and when the summit's over, I'm going to contact him and see if he can help me out with that, because it sounds like something I could really use.
I know there's the directed camera thing for broadcasters as well, that kind of the same directed camera that you have if you're just spectating a game.
You mean you can use it while you're broadcasting?
Yeah, I believe that's what he was talking about there.
It was something hybrid, but yeah, it's close to directed camera, you're right about that. But yeah, that's the quest to improve my camera control, which that and just losing my train of thought are my 2 big weaknesses with casting. Anyways, let's not talk about me. Let's talk about the game.
Not a whole lot happening right now. I mean, both teams just huddling close together.
Protect the Spectre.
Feel more so than, yeah. I mean, Spectre has enough survivability for now, has enough farming potential for now with the Mantle, the Radiance, as well as the Heart. Now what he needs is more damage or more control, I would say. So something like a Skadi. Not the best in terms of damage, but would definitely help you just slow down everyone so you can actually stay on top of them with your illusions and yourself.
Yeah.
That would be something worth considering, or else just any sort of damage item. Beat a Butterfly or something like that. Butterfly would actually be very good here. Sniper not going for an MKB. Of course, you still have the headshot, but that's not working all the time.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about this. Whoa. I think there was a car outside that honked. I don't know. Anyways, sorry.
Unless it's honking in your face, it should be
yeah, I should be fine. If it's honking in my face on the second story, we've got big problems. Anyways, yes, Sleaze will just continuing to farm up. I'm assuming Butterfly or possibly Abyssal Blade is his next big item, so.
He's having plenty of gold, so we'll see soon what he wants to pick up.
Yeah, and I mean, you're not seeing Will really pull this advantage back from complexity, but it's really beginning to stagnate out. And I mean, as I talked about in the draft, Vino, sure, he can do a lot with farm, but at the same time, he can only do so much, you know?
Yeah. They got themselves a Roche. It seems like complexity does smell something weird. I'm just gonna scout it out.
Oh, but there's
Well, maybe he's gonna be the one scouted out, blown up immediately here. That should secure that Roshan.
Sleazel not hesitant to use the ult as well. He's going to jump in on Z-Freak, who is living here, but the Radiance will be able to help bring him down. Dragon Fist now looking for a way out. There will be a lasso out on Sleazel from Limp, who did buyback here. I'm a Sheep, does throw out the Ravage. Limp able to dodge it with the BKB, though. He's working on a Shivas, but meanwhile, Swindle in the back end of the fight does manage to hit Relic and Sleazel with the ult. But that's 4 deaths for complexity and a buyback. And possibly more, actually, as Moomeander's getting jumped on. Sheep won't get completely taken down here. He'll just take a lot of damage, but still, you have to admire. I mean, I was talking about how patient Sleazel is and how he knows not to overextend, but he also knows how to jump into a fight right when he needs to, and that was definitely the right place to jump.
Absolutely. I mean, other teams would have just got the kill on the Bad Rider and then kept on going with Roshan, but they made the right call, right? Obviously,
Yeah.
they got a couple of good kills.
And I mean,
They
you know, but
realized
they
that
have to be
Sleazel
backing
was-
him up
Yeah.
too. They don't send a Batrider like just straight to the pit when you know the enemy team's rushing. Like, well, guys, maybe I'll just knock them all out of the pit with the Miracle Molotov. Not gonna happen, buddy. Sorry.
No.
But his decision making is very on point, as you were saying.
Yeah. So they decided to show off that they can't actually kill Sleazel anymore at this point.
But yeah,
They pretty much got through everything that they had on him, even a buyback on Limp, so he could get the lasso off. But the problem with Sniper, I mean, Dragon Fist was kind of overwhelmed by the amount of heroes that was just all of a sudden knocking his face down.
yeah. And this is
Not
a
exactly
problem.
what he wants to be as a sniper, right? And
Yeah,
even
it's
with the
a problem
BKB,
with
it's
him.
only delayed the inevitable.
It's why you see people in pubs build Shadowblade on Sniper, because you want to stay at the back of the fight, and then if you do get jumped on, and in the low-level pubs, like I'm in, I mean, they don't have dust, so yeah, you just Shadowblade and you're like, I'm out of here. If you can manage to blink around the fight with a Blink Dagger in the upper tier play, that's great. With Spectre, even building a Blink Dagger would be like, okay, that's cute and all, but I just ulted, and so you're getting burnt by Radiance. Blink ain't gonna work.
Yep. Also, it was that butterfly, so Season
Yeah.
just one-shot bought that in between all that fighting, I would assume.
He sold us Aquila for it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
There's room for the Aegis and the butterfly. But he's
Moon.
sitting at 3,000 health points, 21 armor, and evasion,
And 2k gold.
and 2k gold.
He
so
can literally
plenty
sell
enough
his phases and
to
buy out
have.
travels right now. I mean, he wants buyback, of course, but just to put in perspective how close he is to being 6-slotted, and he really still has to upgrade his boots to travels and lose his Aegis so he can buy something else.
Yeah.
And I mean, at this point on Spectre, Scotty, Abyssal, whatever you want.
Yeah.
You could, if you really wanted to, you could even go something like Sheep. I wouldn't recommend it this game, but, like, it's one of those heroes that at this point you've got enough damage to kill anything. You can, I mean, I wouldn't go like Dagon 5, but...
Considering the BKB on Sniper, I would probably assume Abyssal.
Abyssal or Scotty to just slow him down and keep him from attacking very fast.
Either one of those will be fine, because Dragon Fist is the only hero that can theoretically even match up against Spectre 40 minutes in with that kind of a farm. Because he's the only right-click hero that they have, apart from maybe the Crit Shaker, Lucky Crit from the Earth Shaker, but he's not built for doing too much damage with that.
Not to mention, with his
he's not a
950 range, he's going to be able to almost outrange Spectre's Dispersion, and mean that there's going to be very little damage reflected back at him if he hits her at max range.
Yeah, that's never the case though, because Spectre is
Yeah.
just locking him down. And yeah, he's not equipped to deal with her because he went for Manta Style instead of an MKB, for example.
Yeah. And Sleazel, gonna be working on this top tower. They will throw out the glyph on this, which I'm a bit surprised, seeing as Sleazel does have that Aegis. I don't think they're gonna be afraid to push a Rax here. I mean, oh no, you took a small chunk of my HP. Give me 4 seconds for my heart to kick in. Okay, a few
He
more
has
seconds.
3 lives right now. 3 lives with 3,000 health points.
Yeah.
Between the Aegis and the buyback haunt in. So
Now,
they can
Earthshaker
take all the
is...
time in the world now to just bring down this tier 3. Or
Okay.
what they can also do is just rotate around to mid and bottom, get the tier 2s first. That would actually like that a little bit more.
I
Especially
think they
with
need to
the
make
creeps.
something happen big with this Aegis. They'll throw out a negative armor on Spectre, but again, Sleazel is just like, okay, so what? I can get back up. I have, again, that many life. Okay.
You see that?
Yeah. That was a beautiful Manta dodge. I mean, he's still on half health, and they're throwing everything they have at him right now. Limp will lasso him up, but keep in mind, Sleazel has an extra life right now, not to mention a haunt and a buyback. Oh no, I'm under your tier 4 towers. Rubik does get the
They're all running
lasso,
away
though.
too.
Sleazel gonna try to back up at Sheep. Gonna come in. He'll actually only hit Ravage on 2. Z-Freak and Dragon Fist. Spectre ulti does come off. Sleazel not afraid that he's gonna die here. I'd be a little more afraid, especially with the Vino ult and massive amounts of damage on you. Sniper ult does hit him. He will Manta, but he may not live here, actually. But in the end,
Poison
though...
him, yeah.
Well, actually, this is a great fight for Complexity. Right now. They'll take him down. He actually used Haunt there, so he's not looking to buy back, but at that point his teammates were dying, so he doesn't want to buy back alone and Haunt in and then, like, just feed. But they didn't get the Rax, which is...
Yeah, even though you have the Aegis, sure, I can understand that you want to make a tier 3 out of it. On the other hand, though, you have the late game in your pocket. You don't really need to commit that early, especially if there's plenty of other objectives. I mean,
Yeah.
bottom lane here was pushing in with creeps, bringing down the tower pretty damn low. So you needed to defend that at some point as well. There
creeps
were
and an
so
Earthshaker.
twos on the map, just gold ready for the taking with that Aegis in the pocket. Instead, they commit to a high ground fight. They don't even get a single set of racks. They do bring down a ranged racks pretty low, but
Yeah.
not worth it in my opinion. Yeah, giving up the Aegis and 4 kills.
And now they're going to try to force a buyback out of Spectre. Dragonfist went ahead and bought out the Satanic. Can't blame him there, because, I mean, his buyback's worth something, but it's not like the Spectre buyback, who will actually buy back right now. She's going to have to TP into the fight right in the thick of things here. Swindle ulti coming off. Sleazel won't be able to Manta that off, of course, and now he's going to get focused down pretty hard. There's multiple heroes buying back from Wheel. 4 staffs out on Sleazel. He'll back up here, but Sniper starting to right-click with that Satanic up. Jakiro actually manages to bring him down, though, before he's able to get much off. And they're going to go ahead and be on the retreat here on the side of Complexity. Force out some buybacks, actually, Relics and Sleazel's there. And, oh, that was just a BM fissure right there. But, I mean, hey, actually, whoa. They'll throw out the ult. Can Mumiander make it out? He's actually going to go Scepter up. He'll get Yules by Zeus here. The value of Yules coming out there. Limp trying to get away. Swindle slowing him down. He will take down Swindle in the end there. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Okay. After Wheel overcommit going high ground, Complexity do the exact same thing. A little bit weird, but yeah. They do get a buyback on a Zeus out of it. He also made a little bit of a misplay here, Relic did, because he bought back immediately throughout the Thunder God's Wrath. But 4 heroes on the side of Complexity had their BKBs going, I believe.
Okay, so
Venom
Spectre...
Monster, Bat, everyone who has a BKB did have it running, so the ultimate didn't actually do anything.
Spectre just went for a defusal.
Yeah.
Is that...
I like this.
Can you use it to defuse Veno ult? I don't think you can.
No.
Okay.
But nothing dispels Venom ult, absolutely
Okay,
not.
yeah.
But it does add a tremendous amount of damage just because of the mana burn.
And the fact that your
And-
illusions get it. Yeah.
Exactly, your illusions get it, and that's also a really good stat item for agility heroes, because level 1 is 20 extra in agility, and if you level it up, it's 35. So the illusions benefit from those stats as well, just in terms of damage.
Yeah.
So
The game
your
beginning
mana
to
burn is
drag
gonna
out
be-
here.
Yeah.
The mana burn will be big against Sniper and Earthshaker, I think. Because Sniper, despite him being very late game focused right now, he does have a very relatively low mana pool. I mean, he can get maybe 3 ults off without refilling. He's got 4 regen, but that's still not a lot.
Yeah. Actually, all of Complexity's heroes have really high mana pools, all above 1,000. So, don't think it's going to be too much about the mana burn unless you focus someone down with the Mental Style illusions as well. Then can be a
could
problem,
be-
but I think what Sleaze is looking for most of all is just the extra bit of damage that
Yeah.
you can do with the ultimate on absolutely everyone, right?
It could be a good bit of damage on Swindle, though. The Poison Nova does have a pretty high mana cost. He does need to use his wards and even maybe Gale to push out the lane. It could leave him without enough mana for his ulti in the right
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah. If he isn't careful about his mana management, absolutely.
And if he goes for a refresher, it's definitely going to really hurt him. Because
Yeah.
right now he's going to be cutting it close with can I double ult or not. Anyways, a big shout out to the 350 viewers we have right now. We appreciate you guys taking some time out of your day to watch some good old Merc and Dota. And of course, DragonDrop, we really appreciate you sticking with me for this series because Rupture's casting the Summit. And it's possible we could even go over to the 4th game, and I know it's rather late for you.
I don't really care at this point. I mean, this is the grand finals. I'm really happy to be here.
Yeah, and
Get
it's a
the
good
chance to
game,
cast
too.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is kind of the best game that we had in the series so far. It's kind of weird to say this.
You've missed, this is the best game in the series for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were meaning the tournament. I'm like,
No.
you missed the Not Today, the one where I almost, like, lost my voice and it was like, Revo, breathe.
Yeah.
But yeah. They are going to
When we casting it together as well?
I don't believe so, but possibly. I want to say I
seem
was
to
casting with
remember-
Rupture,
Yeah.
but maybe.
I seem to remember telling you to breathe at some point or another.
There was
Maybe
one
it
of
last
those.
game.
But this one was like 3 minutes of straight team fights. Like, it was insane. Anyways, Zeus ult did come out there, and it did, like, nothing.
It was just scouting out. At this point, that's the best use that you can get out of that ultimate, because...
Yeah.
I mean, sure, if you have to time it really well to do anything in the fights, but at this point, it starts falling off as the whole pools get a little bit larger and larger. It's actually everyone... actually, no. Yeah, almost everyone on set complexity is getting really high level.
Yeah.
Apart from the Dazzle, but... So it doesn't really do too much for you in team fights, especially considering the BKBs, so you have to wait them out as well. I mean, you would assume that he's still working on an Agnum Scepter, so that'll be a little bit better for him. But using it to scout anyway is just always a good decision. Because you don't necessarily need it in team fights, but the intel can just be game-changing. It can mean a difference between you farming safely for your next item, or just having to play more defensively because you don't know where everyone is, right?
Yeah. They are going to smoke up, though. Sleazel as well, who is actually not smoked, excuse me. The Radiance and some of the Spectre, like the way she actually looks, it's sometimes hard to tell if she's smoked or not, to be honest.
Yeah, with that black kind of cloud thingy that he has.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh, they're going to go in. Yep, Sleazel in the thick of the fight right here. Does have buyback available in a minute, and definitely has the gold for it as well. They'll force staff him out of the fight. No casualties just yet, but the heroes on complexity are all at least 2/3 health, except for maybe Sniper and Dazzle there. And Dazzle will be able to heal it up, but they're going to be forced back here. Honestly, a bit of a wasted Spectre ulti.
Yeah, but they're kind of hoping for more, but I think they played it right.
Yeah, they held on to the Ravage as well.
If they held on to the Ravage, they also forced out 3 BKBs. And then disengaged. And then if they had another angle, then they would have re-engaged. Easy peasy, right?
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing that kind of can help complexity win these kind of team fights. They have to get most use out of their BKBs, and they're all down to 5 seconds now, so it's really hard. Actually, Earthshaker still has 8 seconds.
His was really recent, though.
5.
He only got it right before that dive into complexity space by Wheel.
Yep.
So, yeah.
He's still sitting good in Venomont's ores, so still...
Oh, but they'll find Goody. Here, he'll get Ravaged, fissured up, but there's the Ravage coming out from Sheep. Dragon Fist dropping low. He's BKB'd up Satanics as well, trying to take down Sleazel. Sleazel will end up finding the kill there. Sheep taken down by Limp, who does have a double kill, but Sleazel still alive and well in this fight. There'll be a buyback from the Tidehunter. Moon and Swindle, as well as Limp, focusing down Sleazel. He's not going to get that extra damage off here because of the Desolate, and he'll actually go down, but he does have buyback available. May not have an ult up for 30 seconds, but honestly, I think that they took down the important heroes on complexity there, and I don't like the fact that they bought back on Tide, but it's an okay fight for Wheel.
Yep. That sniper, he was just melting to the illusions with the mana burn, so that's what I was talking about. There's just so much extra damage coming out if you focus someone down. The only thing keeping him alive for a little bit longer was the Shallow Grave. And then, at the point where Spectre could focus on anyone else, Complexity has already kind of dispersed the rest of Wheel, so Spectre was the only one they needed to focus on. Then it just controlled him down. So that's
and Moomiander, are you seeing this? Moomiander's just like, hi, I'm in your base, eating your creeps. A Sheep comes in, and he's just going to get jumped on. Batrider does BKB up, grabs Phantom Storian, who is going to BKB up himself, and I don't honestly know what he did there, but Venomancer are going to be able to bring him down, as they are going to go for a Rax now. Glyph is going to come out. They're still holding on to the buyback from Spectre, and it's going to be used right now with the ulti in. Swindle dropping like a rock here. And Moon actually dropping as well. He doesn't have any mana remaining. No Shadow Blade available, no Force Staff out as well, no Magic Wand even to get him out. And he is going to be able to blink away, though. Good thing Blink has no mana cost, right? It's so balanced. Oh, but never mind. You can't run from heaven. Just kidding. The buyback on Spectre, they need to do something with this. And I kind of want to say that something's Roche. However, Dragon Fist is back up now. He's got his buddy Dazzle on the map, at least, to save his life if he needs to. And Satanic plus a Dazzle is pretty insane, simply because you can't die with Shallow Graves. You've got all the time in the world to lifesteal.
Yep. Roche can be on the menu, but with Earthshack it down, and he does not have a buyback, so Weird doesn't necessarily know that. But if they did know, then they would definitely use that time to maybe bring down another tower. Because there's still 2 tier 2s up here and pretty damn healthy on the side of complexity. Kind of have to start getting some... Either get a BKB on the Spectre... actually he has a BKB, so never mind. Sleedle just reading that. That he needs to fight, or that they're going for fights, that they're being forced into fights with complexity being so aggressive on their racks.
Did they just sell the defusal?
Maybe. Does he have it in courier? No. Okay.
No?
We just straight up sold it, okay.
I would have at least set it on the courier. I mean, maybe he may have had to sell it in order to pick up the BKB for the last fight, but he actually still has 2 seconds on it, so yeah. A little confusing in my opinion, but whatever.
Means the next fight he's not going to have as much damage.
Swindle gonna BKB up. That's a 5-second BKB once again. But yeah, it does mean he's not going to have quite as much damage next fight. But again, as I'm assuming you're about to say, he is going to be able to survive a lot easier against Savino.
Yeah. He's actually going to deal more damage to me because he can't be locked down as hard.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still the Battle Royale Lasso, but if that's what it's reduced to, if you can just ignore the Flame Break, if you can ignore the turn speed slow and slows in general from the Sticky Napalm, the Venomancer, and the Dazzle, Poison Touch, and everything else, all of these shenanigans that are going on. If you can just ignore that, then you can just actually start hitting people. And not
oh wait, no, he's got ult. Okay, he's okay. I was worried he didn't have a TP back, but he's got ult, of course. He's Spectre, duh. It's a hero I've played quite a lot in the past couple months.
Hello, Revo. This is Spectre. He has an ability that is his ultimate ability that allows him to jump into the team fights. Welcome to Dota 2. You suck, right?
Exactly, yes. And there it is, that ulti we're talking about. The range racks does go down, and I feel like Complexity might actually be a little happy with this, able to get away. He does in reality in, though. Wait, this could be really, really bad for them. He doesn't.
That might have been a mistake, yeah.
They know he doesn't have TP at this point, and he has to book it to get back to the space. I mean, I know you've got some bonus move speed from your phase boost, your flutter, butterfly, but you don't have a haste rune, buddy.
So
throws out a dagger.
Top racks might fall as well, and they will, because Spectre just can't get back there in time.
I mean, to be fair, Sleazo didn't have a great avenue to get into the fight there. But at the same time, you don't want to use your ult, not have a TP, and then get out. He doesn't have buyback right now. He doesn't have it for 3 minutes. What I would say right now is you sell your boots, you buy boots of travel.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be out on this map without a TP at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what costs him 2 racks right now. And so it means these 2 lanes are...
It doesn't mean it's over, though. Spectre is one of those heroes who, at this point, I mean, she does not care about gold, pretty much.
No, but it means that they're gonna have a harder time pushing across the map without any consequences.
Yeah, of course. Right. Especially split pushing, if Spectre doesn't get those travels, which... I'm sitting here watching Spectre's inventory like, okay, and now travels. Nope, okay, how about now? Okay, no. What about this time? Any day now.
Roshan again, Complexity knows.
Oh, but there's a Ravage. It's gonna Shiver, except for Dragon Fist, so not a full Shiver. Sleazel gonna BKB up here, will get hit by that lasso, and this could be a bad one. He's on the cliff. He can't do a thing right now except cut his way out of the trees. Thankfully, Limp will help him out with that quite a bit. But he is standing tall. He'll fall, though. No buyback available for 110 seconds. There's already a buyback out on the Batrider. And Dragon Fist getting a triple kill. Could they have taken this too far late game and just not made the perfect decision making at this point? They'll call GG. They're going to say, okay, look, we're not going to play this anymore. We're not going to sit down in the dumps on a negative game at the moment. We've probably lost this. Let's go to the match point for both teams. It's going to be 2-2 for the grand final. And, I mean, this is the kind of grand final you want to have, right, DragonDrop?
Yeah. Complexity making a game out of it. Sitting at 2-2. It's just the way it goes.
Yeah. And
yeah, it's going to come down right to it. I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
I'm very excited. I'm pumped up. I'm going to try to bring you guys some hype now that there's no one sleeping nearby in my dorm. And And of course, I'm SB Revolution 5, joined by DragonDrop. If you're enjoying the cast, guys, head over to Twitter real quick and say, hey, at SB Revolution 5, at DragonDrop Dota. Throw us a follow. We'd really appreciate it. Any feedback you have as well, as long as it's constructive, not just, you guys is bad. Well, we're bad how? No, just bad. Like, that doesn't help us get better. Anyways, we will see you guys at game number 5, or game number 4, really, but you get the drift. So don't touch that mouse, don't touch that dial. We'll be right back.